Radiant team
And beginning the recording once again. Hello, everybody. Welcome back
Hello.
to the Learn Dota 2 League Season 12, Week 2. If you're watching at home, this is the second game of Backdoor Boys and Radiant Straits, which we're doing live.
Yep.
In the last game,
10 seconds.
poor Lambert got kind of countered there. They did bring the hammer down on his head. They played a hell of a game trying to fight back, but I feel like some itemization choices really screwed them over there. Getting rid of that Grimstroke real early. They know that Grimstroke silence is doing them a lot of good.
Yeah.
And
It's a fair respect gun, to be honest.
not only did most of Lambert's biggest heroes get banned, somebody got banned from my chat too. So shoutouts to him.
Indeed. Looked into that. Was a nice spammer, so deserved.
Oh, good. Oh, excellent. I was a little worried there. Alright, so, and now we're going live on the in-game commentary. First bans here, Windrunner and Grimstroke. Not bad first bans by any stretch, given what's been happening the last couple of games. Once again, trying to knock that Lion out. They, Backdoor Boys really gives Magician's Lion a lot of credit for Radiant Straits gameplay, it seems.
I give Lion a lot of credit in general. He's just a strong pick.
Yeah, he's just a continually annoying guy. Once again, getting rid of that Visage there. Perhaps Manoy is the one who's been pioneering that mid Visage here.
Oh, perhaps it is possible.
Visage, even though Visage is a hero with a very murkily defined role, Visage can very easily just go wherever, whenever, so it's never a bad ban.
Right. You can do like in between 2 and 5, I'd say.
Right. You probably can't one with Visage. I mean, you could if you're like Roche Riders, I guess. First pick Jakiro. Shoutouts to BGG.
Yep. Should be excited about that one.
Yep. First pick Jakiro. It's gonna be interesting for the Backdoor Boys. It looks like maybe that's compared to the supports they were running in the first lineup. Maybe that's a sign of we care a little bit less about trying to make a huge team fight and a little bit more about trying to control the enemy team fight.
Yep.
Which isn't that bad of an idea. I don't think the Grimstroke Lich combo was really good, and I think it put a lot of capacity on Radiant Straits' back. They were really struggling to deal with it specifically, but the problem is that it wasn't really coming much into practice, especially because of Brewmaster, right?
Yep.
You know, a lot of times you just throw an ult out and you just get like 2 Brewmasters or something, so it wasn't able to do that much. And, you know, Lena got that quick BKB as well, which,
running it back with the Shaman.
Yep, running it right back with the Shaman there. Yeah, doing a little bit more control this time rather than trying to be aggressive in their fight themselves. Radiant Straits are not running it back.
Aggressive fights.
Picked up the Sand King here this time.
Perhaps the most aggressive fighting hero.
I would certainly say Radiant Straits. They're definitely going to need to. They're definitely going to be needing to run that Sand King intelligently. They're definitely going to have to be building him a little bit more defensively than in round 1 because it's already seeming like the idea from the Backdoor Boys is to go fight control, and that guy is a major player in that fight control. It's 2 threes in the first round.
Indeed. It could be a Sand King for. It's theoretically possible.
It's true. Night Stalker is not somebody you want to see as Sand King. He can really do a lot of nasty stuff to you really quick. And once again, just like Tinker in the first game, he's kind of an existential, you must build BKB or you won't be able to fight sort of situations. Backdoor Boys immediately just going for the Lambert picks once again. Going for the best of Lambert here. Not a bad idea.
Yep, so that means we'll see an Elk next.
Radiant Straits putting a little bit more thought into it here.
Yep.
Radiant team back.
Getting rid of Slark next for Radiant Straits, which is no big surprise. Slark is just another one of those heroes that nobody ever really wants to see, nobody ever really wants to fight. No enemy team is made better with the presence of the Slark, you know. No enemy team is made better to fight with the presence of the Slark. He's just some guy you don't want to have there if you're not picking him yourself.
Yeah.
Dire team back.
None of that Drow Ranger.
Drow Ranger. That's I would say that's probably mostly for Night Stalker because Night Stalker, as I said so many times through this tournament, Drow Ranger has a very clear niche. If you have to just kind of directly walk into a battle, and especially if you can't or don't want to build BKB, Drow Ranger can easily punish you for it. Nothing stops a Night Stalker cold quite like a big silence followed up by a big multi-shot in his face. Radiant Straits do not want to see that Medusa again. They do not want to see Mr. I heckin' love Peru on Medusa. It's hard to blame them. Hard to blame them. It did a lot of damage to them last time. It kind of put them on this sort of existential timer.
Yep.
I think maybe, if I'm being a guessing man, I think maybe the PA pick as well was maybe almost like there was like a logic thread that kind of went wrong there. I think probably it was going to be Ursa as the pause one, but then he got banned and they said, what's a hero like Ursa? Rather than what's a hero that fulfills the same role, perhaps.
Right.
Either way, we got a PL going down. Backdoor Boys don't want to see Lambert running PL here. Interesting.
PL's really deadly in most games.
Interesting gap in the ban lineup, though. They did leave Lambert's Alchemist open, and Alchemist was definitely his more successful hero in the last run.
Definitely C though, so anti-mage could mean a storm.
Yep, and if I'm seeing anti-mage go down, there's two reasons for it. Either A, there's a guy on the enemy team that's really good at anti-mage, or B, you're picking Storm Spirit usually.
Or Medusa, but she's gone.
Yeah, she's gone. When Medusa's banned, I guess I meant. I will say at the very least, Sand King and Shadow Shaman do kind of turn into mana balloons later on from the pops. That might be part of it as well. Another potential anti-mage favorite mid would be a Death Prophet as well.
Or Queen of Pain, yeah.
Or a Quap, yeah.
Pugna, something like that.
Radiant team pick.
Got a Treon Protector here. Who,
it's our first tree of the tournament, I believe.
It's gonna be they're gonna be thinking a little bit more defensively this time. The old Radiant Straits. They're gonna be thinking less about Witch Doctor coming in with some casks and some old, and thinking more about, all right, we're gonna be protecting our towers. We're gonna be making sure that the Backdoor Boys can't really backdoor us very effectively, and they want to have a lot of setup for that Sand King ult, which I cannot blame them for.
And that's also 3 sources of really potent CC. Shaman has his Shackles plus Hex, Sand King has Burrow Strike, Treon has his ult.
And he also has a slow, which isn't CC per se, but...
Yeah. They can just leave any zone, basically. Don't come here, or you get stunned or rooted.
There's also a little bit of there's also something a little bit notable about Treon Protector is that Treon Protector, like Ogre Magi, is just a very naturally tanky guy, and that means that it's not great to see as Night Stalker because he's some guy that you're going to have, on one hand, you have to beat up the Treon Protector. You can't let him just stay alive or he's just going to stop you. But on the other hand, on the other hand, he's such a long time investment to kill unless you are super turbo fed that it's very existential. I think it's a very good pick here for Radiant Straits. Good an Ogre Magi response. Because Ogre Magi must appear at least once in every set of games here.
Yep.
As if you count all the games in the series as cumulative, he has 100% PB.
Yep.
5 seconds remaining.
Okay.
I don't think Ogre Magi is ever a particularly bad guy to have. He's a good right-click steroid. He's just easy stun, easy DOT, easy slow. Just can do a lot. Just have a high impact on fights, especially if the enemy team isn't building particularly defensively. Now, again, one pipe and he's done. But
and he's a very good laning hero.
Oh yeah, you never wanna be laning up against Ogre Magi. Just not very nice.
Troll, yeah, okay.
Troll Warlord down here. Troll Warlord, he's kind of almost there just to eat the Treon ult, doesn't he? He's just kind of there to say, okay, I'm gonna hit R, and then you're going to need to Treon ult me.
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
Or I guess Shackles. I think Shackles are probably better.
Okay.
Razor, alright. Good against
Oh,
Troll. Good against
yep.
Night Stalker.
Instant counter to Troll Warlord there in that Razor pick. I like the Razor pick. I think
Yeah,
that's
that's
also
good against
first
both
tier.
their cores so far.
I doubt the interaction's going to happen. The Razor's also really good in lane against Ogre Magi, because Ogre Magi is deceptively high right-click damage and can inert that.
Yep.
He's good against anybody getting bloodlusted, because, you know, they got better DPS. Quap going down.
Indeed.
Backdoor Boys expecting Quap.
Alrighty. Razor
Backdoor
pick
Boys
definitely throws a wrench into it a bit.
Yeah, if Backdoor Boys are expecting Quap, though, that means are they anticipating Razor's
last
+1?
Radiant team back.
Oh, maybe. It could be. Yeah, I think it's definitely possible. I think Razor is more commonly a 1 in professional games.
Very interesting. I feel like given how Radiant Straits has been picking, especially because they've been heavily saving that +1 for last year. I feel like it's a little more likely Razor's going to be the 2 here.
Although Storm is in the pool, I think he's okay against a lot of these heroes. We'll see.
I think he's even decent against Storm if you're playing it very tightly.
Yeah.
I do not want to see the surprise tanker coming in. I do not blame them. They do not have an answer for him in this lineup.
Yeah, they don't. Alright, so mid and a to be decided.
Yep. My guess is still, I think, Radiant's picking 1, but you never know.
5 seconds remaining.
Backdoor Boys gonna take their time a little bit. Maybe they're thinking about running it back with the tanker. They do not have much more time to throw down here, though.
Maybe a Spirit Hero is what I'm guessing. Just generally always good.
Gonna have to put some thought into Razor there if they're picking a Spirit. Yep, Storm
Yep.
Spirit.
So there you go.
Using Radiant Straits' own anti-mage ban against him to a degree there.
Yeah, they are.
10 seconds remaining.
It's a great answer to Storm Spirit. They do not have it here.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, and unlike with Medusa, Ursa cannot really answer Storm as well, because, you know, he can just ball away from him, and what's Ursa gonna do?
Right, the Deathblade Club is not who you call to deal with Storm Spirit, basically. The Mana Break Club is not the guys to call. Like, I wouldn't say Weaver would be a particularly good one, for example.
What do you do to counter Storm? Because there's no Quap, who's a natural Orchid builder.
Run it back with Lena, potentially?
Maybe. Supposedly it could kill him quick enough.
Two things that Storm Spirit is not great at dealing with is Lena could easily build an Orchid and run with it, and on top of that, has a lot of that burst damage, which Storm Spirit does not like to see. You know, Laguna Blade on Storm Spirit, and he just has to ball away. You just can't stand up to it unless he has BKB.
Laguna Blade on Storm if he's LSA'd and he's dead, so.
Yep.
Ooh, Death Prophet.
Death Prophet.
Right.
Very interesting. Where we going, boys? Where are we going, Raiden?
Silence kind of.
It's pause 2, Death Prophet.
So the silence kind of counters Storm in the same way that a stun would from Lena.
Yep, we got the silence on the Death Prophet makes it really hard. It's especially going to be hard for him to just casually ball into her when she's got the ghosts up. And on top of that, the Death Prophet is also really good against some of the other guys in this lineup. Like that silence is something you don't want to be seeing as Troll Warlord or the Night Stalker.
Right. And just generally, ghosts will be very annoying for all of them.
Yep. Yeah, they don't really have a good response to ghosts, and Night Stalker's a pause 3, and he can build tanky, but you don't want to build tanky on Night Stalker. He does not build like a conventional pause 3, right?
Yeah, he
So,
prefers building damage or mobility.
so you're probably not going to see much ability for him to pop into to defensive items here. Whereas on the other hand, with the Treant Protector as the 5, and Sand King to a degree, you have 2 guys, really 3 with Death Prophet. Death Prophet can also definitely get away with like auras and more defensive items. Like he could definitely get away with like an AC, for example, on DP. You get a lot of chances to get more defensive. I think that might be the general gist of Radiant Straits here.
And I also want to point out 3 uphill pushing skills if you count the Razor.
Yep. Yeah, 3 uphill pushing skills. They also have the team fight to run into it with Sand King, and they also have Treant Protector who can help keep a global amount of lanes pushed out once he gets his axe.
Yep.
It's a scary comp, that Radiant Straits comp, who is on the Dyer again. Of
Again,
course.
yep. It's gonna happen every game. What can I tell you?
Every time they're doing it just to screw with us. It can't not be. I should have never said anything in the server about it. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Razor thinks it's pretty funny though.
It is a little funny if you think about it.
We have a very important comment from our stream mod here. It was Jakiro.
Wow.
Shoutouts to Bajiji. Shoutouts to Bajiji.
Alright, getting another high 5 party. They're actually running into the jungle here. They're not gonna find anybody, but it was a good try.
Not much of a high 5 party this time. Yep, just straight up invading Radiant jungle, but they're looking around. Storm Spirit's here. Doesn't have anything leveled yet. I don't think it's gonna matter particularly much if it gets caught out. We do have a high 5. Unfortunate.
That is pretty unfortunate. They have 5 here.
Mihoy Manoy is appropriately asking if they're looking for him. Uh-oh. He just got caught.
Yeah,
He's slowed. Sand King's coming. Does he have Burrow? He does have Burrow. He's got the Burrow out.
Taking a lot of tower shots, though.
He's dead. Sand King is dead. Everybody came back for it, and that's first blood to Storm Spirit. Really? Yeah, everybody tips him. Everybody in the world tips him.
Oh no.
Everybody, his own team tips him.
Wow, that's a lot of tips. I can't tip as a caster, I'm afraid.
That would be, that'd be too good. That'd be too good.
Instantly just gonna leech all this damage away from Night Stalker, make laning here a bit annoying for him.
Yeah, he's not really gonna be able to last it very effectively. I would almost say it wouldn't be a terrible idea at some point in this to switch over to what the Roche Riders are doing in one of their games and actually have their pause 1 go down bot to just to screw over Troll Warlord, because he can easily get as much farm as he wants in a Troll Warlord lane. What can Troll Warlord do to him? Nothing. Just has to walk away every time he shows up.
Yep.
That would certainly be unconventional, but I think it would be well warranted here. Shadow Shaman just getting a little bullied by these guys. It's like Sand King was taking the scenic route back to bot here, just kind of walked all the way here for whatever reason. Ogre Magi stunned out, nothing really coming of it. Both guys on Dyer really looking messed up here. Might get a Treant kill here. But Kiro also... Kiro also nearly going down. Everybody's having to pop their regen now. Though, Treant's actually not doing it. I think Treant might be just waiting to, Oh, dear. Oh, man. Oh, both guys getting real low there.
That was so close.
Oh, but Storm Spirit may not be done. He's drinking from his bottle.
Hello, Jakiro. Dead.
I barely missed the kill. I'm getting kicked off the desk. Uh-oh. Oh, man. This might be bad for Night Stalker here. Yeah, I think he's dead.
They're just all stolen.
Oh, but... Oh, he just barely gets away from it. Less than 1 attack's worth of HP.
Yep.
He was eating a tango there, I think, and it sure did him good. Still, He's going to be able to get some easy farm there for a while, though Jakiro is certainly going to let him have it.
Right.
Being very aggressive very early with this Razor, which is no surprise, frankly.
Yep. It's more of a mid-game oriented carry.
Right. So, oops, sorry about that. It's a departure from Radiant Straits' usual strategy. Even I think what they were trying to go for in the last game. They're trying to get Lambert out early, as quick as possible, rather than waiting on him to show up.
Yep.
Trying to extend the extend the.
Slow it up here.
Sanking barely making it out. A little bit of a scuff at top, but nothing really comes of it. Two nothing really comes of it moments at once. Wow. And the Soul Ring for Night Stalker.
Oh man, that Ignite. Again, like I said during the draft phase, Ogre's so deadly in lane. There's nothing you can really do about him.
I'd like to say on the record that if Night Stalker dies due to a poorly timed Soul Ring, we will make fun of you live on the cast, so no hard feelings if that's the case. Troll Warlord looks like he's being pretty dominant at bot so far. He's indeed second for last hits.
It's that Ogre, what can I tell you? You can't do anything against it.
Just gotta, you know, buy raindrops basically. That's your solution there, and that only does so much as well. Sand King
Doesn't do much against the Ignite.
Sand King was not originally going to go for a magic one, but looks like he is going straight for it now, which not that surprising.
Yep.
On the other hand, though, surprisingly, Night Stalker actually knocking out Lambert for farm here actually gets a few more last hits than him so far in this lane, which is a little interesting. Right. Part of it is he's just having to constantly get back, and part of it is that the constant pull that Magician's been doing here, he's not really been that present in lane, is not really going anywhere for him, just kind of gets interrupted every time he tries, and they really don't have enough to stop them from doing so. Combination beam here, looking at Lambert, doesn't really do much, doesn't go in. Another pull here at top. Seems like it's been pulled literally every possible time so far for Treant.
Stupendous.
But then it seems like they've never gotten
Oh,
that.
full tracking. But no, just gonna.
It's like Death Prophet here is trying to get some harass down on the T1 mid. Ah, there goes Razor's Courier. Oh, there goes Treant's life potentially.
Yep, he's dead.
Yep, just goes down very casually. Once again, trying to get Night Stalker retaliation here, but they're not going to get him. Combination beam though might.
Razor does a lot of damage.
He does so much damage, but he's so slow. He doesn't have his boots, and he has no
he
mana.
Doesn't have mana. Even after the stick pop.
He tried to cut a tree down as a shortcut. It just didn't make it. Just didn't make it.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh man, just get run down by the Ogre Troll combo again.
Yep. Shadow Shaman not quite so lucky. Can tell you this much. Fraser's not going to have access to boots for a while. I think it might not be a bad idea to just put a casual emergency point in Storm Surge because he's missed so much being this slow so far.
Right.
But not happening actually.
It's very, very quick because it's night. Yeah, first night of the game, first power spike.
First night, and really all he has is boots. In fact, he's going straight into phase.
Yep.
On one hand, it's going to make him really hard to kill. On the other hand, it's going to make him unable to do that much damage in retaliation.
Yeah.
He's going to be relying on Jakiro for most of his damage here. Mid lane going fairly slow here. Both the guys at the top of the chart, so notably Storm Spirit has a 10 last hit advantage over this Death Prophet.
Yep.
I will say this: I think as a unit, get some more funny business up at top. Treant body blocking Jakiro.
Yep.
Razor just doing crazy amounts of damage. Night Stalker tries to show up just to get some hits in, but ends up taking way more himself.
Oh yeah, they just both get kind of forced out of lane for the time being.
The analysis I was going to make there before that wacky stuff started to happen, it looks like Sean just getting run over again. Before that wacky stuff started happening is, as far as mids go, I think Mihoy Doodle Bob has a strong advantage over over Princess. I think as far as lane ability, I think as far as
Radiant's middle
you know,
tower
potential.
Nightstalker.
Yep, Night Stalker going really low again. As far as potential to win, I think it's clearly on Mihoyo Minoe. You know, there. I think he's just a better mid, which is no slight against Princess. I think Princess is pretty solid. It's just Doodle Bob is good, but there is one distinction here that I think is very important. I think when it comes to chemistry, when it comes to composition with the rest of the team, I think Princess goes really, really well. Oh, Princess, speaking of which, is getting absolutely
Just run it.
yeah, run over here.
Oh
She's
boy.
trying to keep herself alive here, but really to no avail, just getting completely demolished. All 4 of the 5. 4 of the
They
5
won't
show up.
They won't let them do anything without reprisal, right? So Death Prophet ults to take out the tier 1 and instantly has 4 people TP in on her.
Right. I gotta say notably, and this might be almost a bit of a misplay down here, only now are the guys at bot deciding to take the time against Troll Warlord here. Which, not great.
Yep.
And I should also mention RadaGGast here is 2 levels down on the guy. Got another Night Stalker just
Oh, it's there to
absolutely
spawn.
just must get the Treon Protector. Just goes down to Princess though. More money for Princess. A Night Stalker got there. Probably not
Yep.
worth it ultimately. As I was about to say, the key thing is, even though Mihoyo Minoe is probably as a mid laner a little bit better, I think his chemistry, Troll Warlord being a
Oh,
little,
he's gonna happy.
yeah, he's gonna happy, but oh, it's gonna work out too, because
good.
Troll Warlord wasn't able to hit him. Troll Warlord wasn't able to hit
yeah.
him. He's just casually gonna die. Ogre Magi shows up at the last moment. Doesn't even get RadaGGast. He gets right behind the trees, and Ogre Magi just has to book it.
Top lane as well. Lambert's getting gone on.
Lambert does get gone on. Both of the pause ones go down in relatively short order to each other.
Alrighty.
So Lambert's death was a direct kill for Jakiro, while the one down bot was a split. So
That's true.
as I was trying to say before wacky things started happening, 2 different occasions. Basically, Princess goes really well with Lambert, but Minoy is kind of playing more his own game. He doesn't really necessarily go so much with Chris. Looks like they're getting a little wise to how to play against this little Ogre Magi down here. They're starting to sort of juke his stuff a little bit more actively. Sand King's also got himself some tranks, which is going to help him out a lot here as far as staying alive for the last few moments of quote-unquote lane phase here. And Death Prophet. Death Prophet's coming in with ghosts and all. They're calling for the kill. Troll Warlord in a lot of danger here. He's silent. He's getting just shredded by the ghost. Turning around to try and get a desperation on one of the supports here. Looks like he might get Shaman. Does indeed get Shaman, but he's about to just die instantly. Storm Spirit's here. Gets the kill on Troll Warlord, and then dies to a split kill again.
Razor's gonna run it. Jakiro here at top. And reprisal.
Creeps are really the MVP here so far. Oh, he's just casually ulting, old Razor is.
Yep.
But gets absolutely nothing done. He's just still too slow.
Jakiro. Did kill the Jakiro in that time, so it's not absolutely nothing.
Getting very violent very quickly.
It
Notably,
is indeed.
notably at the top of the last hits chart, Storm Spirit is now in first place by a mile, but Death Prophet's been getting more of the objective side of affairs. She did get the T1 mid here at some point.
Yep.
If you look at the net worth, even though he's up quite considerably for last hits, he's not up quite so considerably for net worth. It's a bit of a difference here.
T1 as well.
Yep, but T1 just going to get evaporated.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Nobody can, nobody should TP for this. They're not even going to bother glyphing it. It just gets completely eaten.
Shaman plus Sand King plus Death Prophet. That's just way too much CC.
They got a lot of push power there. Once Lambert gets done farming, it's just going to be another guy coming in. Not only do they have a lot of CC, they also have a load of push power. Look, Randy's got your favorite item. They got so much push power between all those guys. Oh, Treon Protector goes down somewhere, but Ogre Magi in a little bit of trouble here, but oh, looks like Night Stalker is that
Burrow.
That Burrow strike, it was a big Burrow strike, but Night Stalker just flying away. He's so low, but Shaman can't quite get him. Ah, that's so unfortunate for them, but they might get the Ogre. No, Shaman turns away, he's out of mana.
They got the Jakiro out of it, at the very least.
Yep, that was not nearly as good as it could have been for him, but oh boy. Definitely showed me this. Rod of Atos is going to be absolutely necessary here for the Dire. They desperately need some ability to stop the Radiant from just simply right-clicking away. They have so much speed, and even through all the CC, they don't really have enough slows to stop them from just walking, especially when those are on cooldown. Razor gets 16 free gold for killing a random Night Stalker illusion.
Oh, there's another one here.
Smoking.
Just kind of keep an eyes on the Razor.
Base of this game is really intense so far. It's a mile a minute certification here. Oh, Troll Warlord also got your favorite item. Oh, Treon Protector trying to ward just gets completely bowled over by Storm Spear for free. Just nobody in down for him. So much of the Radiant there.
Yeah, well, they are looking at Night Stalker a little bit. No, it won't end up going in.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Losing all the vision that Treon just died to put.
Yep. It's quite a shame.
I will say that's the second time in a few minutes that Treon has been so casually caught out. Honestly, at this point, it's probably just not worthwhile for him to be just dying that casually. He's actually picking up a stick here.
I guess that's what happens when there's a storm in the enemy lineup, right? Like, whenever he has vision of you, he has that option available to just ball lightning you, and you're instantly dead.
Yeah, if you don't have friends around, you're just done. Got a mini smoke down here. Did not go far. Looks like we are chasing two rabbits here. Sand King doesn't even want to try to kill Storm Spirit. Storm Spirit is silenced. Everybody's silenced, but Storm Spirit has a haste. He's balling back in, trying to get out a different way. Ogre Magi a little cut out here.
Night Stalker ulti.
Storm Spirit trying to get back in the fight. Ogre Magi just goes down off sides. The Shadow Shaman just gets sniped there. Troll Warlord dashes in the fight at Mach 10, but all he finds is just a Yule Scepter. Oh, Night Stalkers melts instantly. Razor's here. He doesn't have much mana, but he is definitely here to play. He has his ult up. Ogre Magi goes down again. I believe that was a buyback. Lionel Lads denied himself on a neutral creep.
Yep.
Good job to Sand King. That was that was such a hot and heavy team fight to be able to do something like that, and that was the one guy Dire lost. That was the one guy Dire lost. It was on a neutral creep. Ogre Magi bought back and died twice.
No, they lost Shaman as well to the storm.
Oh yeah, they did.
And I mean, it's nothing compared to a Razor triple kill. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
It's most of the way to his Maelstrom there.
What a big fight. These are some huge fights, too. These are crazy.
Yeah.
All those team fight ults on Radiant. Shaman didn't actually even get to drop wards in the middle of that fight, either. He actually died with ult still up. Maybe he's going to be pushing only with it. Who knows? Radiant immediately realizes what's happening here. They realize that pretty much with this Treon around, every time they get space, they need to push really quickly because no matter, later on in the game, I feel like Radiant's probably going to have the carry advantage. They're just going to be able to win most of the team fights in fairly short order, especially if nothing particularly satisfying is done to answer Storm Spirit. But however, no matter what point in the game you're at, Dire's always going to have a massive objective advantage, which is kind of the opposite of what was going on last game for them.
When you're up against a Treon Protector, you can't leave a tower half dead. You can't slow siege a tower. Because if you stop sieging that tower, it'll be back to full, and the next time you come to siege it, you have to finish it.
And worse yet for them, not only do they have this amazing team for defending towers and Treant Protector around to build them back up, they also have a great team for sieging down. Between the Ghosts and the Razor Roll, that's a lot of damage. And that also means that for quite a long time they're also going to be carrying a team fight advantage, I think. Most of these mid-game team fights are going to be based around, can Storm pick off one of the two major guys early on? If no, then it's just a complete loss for them. This time old Lambert has learned his lesson, I think. It's going straight in for that BKB, going for a Satanic afterwards. Quite a big item for this point in the game. Hey Randy, did you know that Gold's a great conductor?
I did know that.
Radiant think Dire might be going for Roche here. I don't think they would be able to theoretically do it, to be fair. But now it's just Lambert killing stacks.
Yep.
Philosopher Stone is always a big item to see on any lineup, but if you recall from Game 1, this is one of the teams where the supports being just kind of just destitute is a factor for them. It is a little bit of a consistent problem, so having a Philosopher Stone on hand for these guys might actually do, especially in Shaman, might actually do quite a bit to get him in. Shaman can make a lot of use out of gold. He's no carry, but he can certainly use money easily.
Right.
Four-man smoke, they're going to be walking right into him here. Shaman is going to completely eat this, but they don't want Shaman. They're just zipping all the way around him. Uh-oh! Uh-oh, Storm Spirit might have got a bridge too far here. He is just completely cut off. He just has to leave. He just has to go. Night Stalker eating it for him. Storm Spirit wants to get another try, another shot in here, but he thinks better of it, just gets the hell out. Marcy calling in that BKB. That's big. That is huge. Marcy's got that BKB. I don't think Razor's is far. Oh, Razor still wants to fight, but he's so low.
Yep. He won't be as low anymore with the tree.
Yeah. Pulls it out between his lifesteal and his oh man, Marcy's so fast. But uh-oh, here's Storm Spirit and Troll Warlord. Marcy is just dead instantly. The Dire Radiant Straits, they still want to fight here though. Shaman puts wards down before he dies, just beating up Troll Warlord here. Razor's deep. Oh, we just got big fights after big fights here. That was, not only was that 3 people down for nothing on Radiant Straits, that was the, 2 of the 3 were the most important people perhaps in this entire server, so that is not a great thing to see. Treant and, yep, Treant and Sanking. Sanking really, I think, missed that entire encounter there, which was not great. Sanking wants his revenge. Getting Troll Warlord just eats him. And now Death Prophet's showing up. Death Prophet's here. She's full on everything. Jakiro's trying to leave, but he ain't going anywhere with that Yules. Stormspear comes in though. He's going crazy on her, but she's got that BKB. And now he can't do anything to her. He just has to back away. She just eats Jakiro.
That was such a snap play by the Sand King.
That was good. I was kind of thinking it wasn't great for him to miss that fight, but at the very least, snapping up Troll afterwards like that just goes right back. And I think that's got to be almost a bit of a morale buster moment for Storm Spirit, that Death Prophet has that BKB now, because when Death Prophet's BKB is up, there's nothing he can do to her.
Right.
Not only is he already Storm Spirit, not only is he already very magic damage based, but he's been going all in on that magic damage. He's not so far been building up anything to try and deal with the BKB. Once again, Radiant just assuming early Roche attempts there. That early Roche that they did in the last game really seems to have put a bit of a mental, focus on it for them.
Maybe they're just paying more attention to it because they have a Troll who's a pretty good Roche taker early.
Oh, Night Stalker. Just in a little trouble here, but he's so fast, he's just going to get out for free. They do not want to even put the Eels on him. Go, Sweet Sisters are going. They are, looks like Radiant's making a counterattack though. Oh, Night Stalker once again. Once again, Night Stalker went too far. Storm Spirit jumps in, but immediate BKB from Princess, and he just has to leave. Jakiro is dead. Jakiro is so dead, deader than any man has any right to be. This tower
This
is
such a
toast.
tanking game.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Sand King has
attack.
been doing really good. He's definitely, I would say, probably should have saved those snakes. I would say,
Radiant's bottom tower
he's definitely, for my money, Sand King has had a higher impact on this game than he did as in the last one. It's definitely coming around for him a lot better.
I mean, just the amount of sick multi-man burrows at exactly the right time.
Oh yeah, his mentality with that burrow strike is good, but Troll Warlord finishes BKB. That could also change things just as easily as a BKB changes things for the Dire. BKB's changing things for the Radiant as well. Now, notably, and now we wait. Notably, the Razor Link does not get knocked off by BKB. If Razor links Troll Warlord before he gets BKB up, it almost doesn't matter that he has BKB. Doesn't matter how mad he gets, because he's just still doing no damage for it.
If he's ulted, he's just forced to be there, essentially.
That Razor, I think Troll Warlord was Troll Warlord picked after Razor? I think he was literally the next pick afterwards, and I gotta say, so far, it started.
Razor was after Troll, pick after Troll.
Was it? Okay, never mind then. I was gonna say that's sort of a grim self-counter pick there if that was the case, because Razor is such an existential threat to Troll Warlord. If you've noticed, he's not really been getting too involved in fights. He's usually just kind of walking in, walking away.
Yeah, again, as a note, again, it counters him so successfully because of the Troll ult. So if Troll's ulted, he's just forced to attack Razor and lose more and more damage.
Right, it's such a direct counter to Troll Warlord in so many ways. And not only is Troll Warlord losing more and more damage, which is bad enough for him, that's already inerting your pause 1, but, Razor is just getting scarier and scarier and scarier, and there's not a lot he can do about it. I'm still saying, though, this team, this lineup, I don't know who's getting it, but they desperately need Atos, at least. A Gleipnir would be great. Gleipnir with this combination of skills would be devastating.
Right.
Because the biggest issue they have is still, even to this point, that Radiant has so much ability to right click away, and they've got a good sort of turnaround team. They've got a good team where if you chase Night Stalker or a Storm Spirit or just anybody too deep in, if you chase him too deep, then, Storm Spirit can just ball out of nowhere and just completely lop your head off. Jakiro can put the Macropire down on you, and we can all go crazy.
Can all use all our chat lines. Love to hear that.
We got a special request to check out the Jakiro items, so let's do that real quick. It's like he started off with a quick 4-staff, and is going for Lotus Orb. Getting G's all over the place.
Let's go.
We're back in control, baby. There is one thing to note, that Troll Warlord is second highest net worth in the server, and they are moving. They are moving in here.
Yep.
Radiant wants to smoke. It looks like Storm Spirit's assuming that the Dire are in their jungle, but they are not there. They're just sitting by this T1. They're ready to defend it.
They're smoking to Roche.
Yep, have smoked themselves right into Roche, got completely away with it. Radiant Straits is just completely, just has no idea this is happening. That might have tipped them in a little bit, though.
Potentially, yeah. Or they think it's just an ogre warding. He's gonna play a little distraction duty here.
They scanned the Roche pit, they found it. Shaman tries to go in there, but just a little too late. Radiant does not want to fight this right now, though. They've lost a lot in trying to get this.
That little few seconds it took for them to kill Ogre was actually very key.
Oh, that 4-staff away from the burrow strike there definitely just saved Night Stalker's bacon. I mean, he dies for it, but what does that matter when you've saved the pause 3?
Right.
Especially a pause 3 like that.
We're gonna see a Halberd Death Prophet next item, which is a bit of an odd item on this hero. That is actually really deadly against Troll. Just more counterplay for him. Yeah, Troll Warlord. Not only does that mean big counterplay against Troll, it also means when you have BKB up, you've just taken away
Storm Spirit's one option, and on top of that, it means when you've got, you know, Night Stalker in the fight, that's an option taken away from him. Storm Spirit ratting up here, but absolutely no avail. Tower is just right back to where it was. They're really big on counterplaying this this little semi-rat strategy that Mihoy Manoy has been pulling on them, and he was especially pulling on them in the first game.
These teams are so smart though. That Roche play was such a snap decision, and they just get it.
Yep, he just got it for free. Troll Warlord is he's got himself that Aegis. Of course, unfortunately for Troll Warlord, one of the debuffs that does not go away, does not get cleared when you die, is Static Link.
Yep, that's true.
It almost
very scary for Storm.
Almost gets to the point where maybe that would have been better on Storm than Troll, perhaps.
Essentially, yeah.
Or even Night Stalker, who's been consistently in these fights, going down before he can have much of a
Five-man smoke.
Five-man smoke. It looks like going into the jungle here. Looks like
Shaman's gonna break it.
Yep, Shaman's breaking it. He's taking the time away from them, but he's going down so fast, and Radiant Straits is just in no position to do anything about it. Blows the smoke though.
Yep, he did his job. Yeah, he tanked the smoke. Oh. Is it? Oh no. Shackles. Oh man, Razor got a godlike.
You heard none of that, unfortunately, on the stream, as I wasn't able to unmute my live mic in time. Those are some huge buybacks for the supports on the Dire there on Radiant Straits. That was some huge buybacks for them. Really good ult from Sand King to start that fight out. That did a lot to them. And now, once again, Radiant Straits is going right for objectives here. Troll Warlord, oh, they want Razor, they want him bad, but Death Prophet is not willing to let that happen. Finds a ceremonial rope.
Maybe the most undersung part of that. Perfect timing, just ended his life.
Yep, that Shaman buyback did a load there. Just did a lot to ruin that for them. Unfortunately for Radiant Straits, I think they got maybe a little overly cautious about what Troll and friends were going to be able to do with them at this point, and they just backed away with doing basically nothing to the objectives, pushing out the lanes. But that tower is still completely fine, basically.
Right.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I do think if I am being a little critical here, I do think Radiant Straits is focusing a little much on trying to farm up Lambert here. This is their usual play, but this is not the kind of game where that's going to work out for them. And constantly being as split up as they are like this has been not doing them a lot of favors. They've been losing a couple of people off sides just to the way they're split up here. And I think as time goes on, they're taking more and more advantage of that fact on the other side. Smoke Gang finds absolutely no one. Razor says, okay, well, if nobody's here, they must be doing something stupid right now. They're doing something stupid, let's just eat an objective.
Yep.
It's not that they're actually doing something stupid, I mean, that's just what's going through his head.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Paladin Sword.
Radiant's
See if
middle
DP
tower
keeps
is
that.
under
Yep, she will.
Once again, just casually ratting up at top with the Storm Spirit, but I don't think it's gonna fail them much. Lambert's really holding his skills here. Didn't even want to send out his ring until then.
tower is under attack. Radiant's
Yep, they
middle
just want the
tower is
objective.
under attack.
Lambert pinging himself. Storm Spirit has indeed been wanting that. It's,
Oh!
Radiant's middle tower
Almost just casually snipes out Lambert there. He actually has the desperation BKB just to not die.
Yeah, that is nasty.
Man,
you see Night Stalker.
A lot of big fights here. Mindbreaker there. Mindbreaker is always a decently big item to have. In fact, Razor just outright wants it. Just makes him kind of an existential threat to Storm Spear. Whenever he's around, Storm Spear just has to have BKB up or else he's gonna die almost. Titan Sliver goes down for the Radiant though. Titan Sliver's big. If you could stick that on Night Stalker and have him actually survive some of these fights. Storm Spear looks like at this point he's all in on just trying to push over lanes rather than directly fight. Speaking of which, even though there's a lot of rat going on up at top, once again Treant Protector just going for the gold here on trying to make sure as much as possible these towers just stay up.
Right. Yeah, only one tower down for the Dire this entire game.
Yep, only one tower down for Dire, and that's 2 clear lanes and 1 T2 top for Radiant.
Yep. Satanic up on Razor.
Yep, Satanic for Razor. That can mean quite a bit here. I think if he gets an Octarine core with that as well, that could be doing, it could be doing a lot of stuff here. He's going for
with
leap.
That power spike. Yep. Alright, will they find anyone here? Or
Death Prophet
just...
kind of blew the smoke there by throwing bats. Looking at Roche. Nobody's in Roche. And Roche isn't even here for a few more.
Yep, 40 more seconds about. Although they do catch out the Ogre.
Yep, Ogre Magi eats the smoke gank. He doesn't even die though. That Force Staff is doing them a load of good here. Oh, now he's
good body blocking.
They want to get revenge on that Jakiro. They're tired of dealing with that Force Staff, and they are not gonna let him get away with intervening in their kill. That's both supports down for the Radiant, and everybody's TPing in on this.
Insta response, yeah.
Like bots almost. And Night Stalker? No, they just barely didn't see him. You just barely juked them there.
Yeah. They do rundowns.
Yep. Shaman got yeah, Shaman. Yeah, trying to just vision there, got run over.
Middle tower is under attack.
Support's just falling down left and right here.
Yep.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
This is almost a tough spot for the Backdoor Boys to be in here at this point. What's the strategy for them? It feels like the only thing they can do is try to force a decisive. Oh, Troll got Lincolns. On one hand, that means that he's not able to be just instantly countered anymore. But on the other hand, look at all that defensive items. Half his inventory is defensive stuff.
Yep.
He's really put an upper limit on just how much carry potential he's going to have in this match, but he's had to, basically. Really does mean that I think, Storm Spear is going to be pseudo-pause one more BKB up. It feels like everybody's getting BKB at this point. Night Stalker, Storm Spirit, Troll Warlord, Razor, Death Prophet. Sand King building it? Nope, not yet, if he is at all. He's getting Sanjin Kai instead.
Although...
Oh, well, goodbye to Night Stalker.
TP's away from that. Nothing Razor can do.
Yep.
Smoke.
Probably not at any point realistically going to have any sort of bash. They're just walking right into Roche. They don't give one hoot.
Oh yeah, they are. They have so much counter team fight. I don't think they even need to worry about it.
Yeah, what are they gonna do? Even if at this point there's some sort of retaliation to this, it almost looks like they're trying to goad them in, if anything.
Yeah. Oh, Storm.
Here comes
one of the best CP snatchers in the game. Storm Spirit.
He's trying hard to get it.
They have to be really careful.
Hero trying to ruin this Roche attempt. They get the Aegis, but Night Stalker, I believe, just picked up the shard?
Maybe. Troll's dead.
No, Troll, yeah, he just dies instantly. That's not a good sign. Jakiro also just dying for his sins here. Tries to force staff himself out of there, but no avail. Uh-oh. That's a big uh-oh moment, and that's Rod of Atos for Razor as well. He just finished it. Storm Spirit just had to completely duck and dive here. He's just trying to get this, just desperately trying to get this T2 top. He just can't outpace the Treant Protector's shield, though. Here's the snakes. I don't think this is a poke. I think this is just it on high ground. I don't know if Radiant can do a lot. Yeah, Storm Spirit did do a load of damage there, but there's Gleipnir. Oh man, he went from not even have the rod to the full Gleipnir there in no time flat.
Right.
Razor getting a little annoyed here. Somebody's quick on the draw. They could actually, I think, knock out Storm Spirit there when he's trying to do that.
Fully silence him, yeah.
Night Stalker and Ogre Magi both got just completely annihilated there, but they had so much ability to get out of there with that BKB. Razor does not care. He's diving Fountain almost for this, but Treon Protector goes down.
Storm's dangerous.
Storm's bullying Shaman here at this point. They still get the Rex though, and it looks like Razor's gonna actually get away. Night Stalker doesn't. Troll Roller goes down. Night Stalker buys back. Razor is godlike. His Aegis pops.
He's
Storm Spirit silenced. He's so silent. He's stunned. He's low on mana, but he's barely gonna get out. Night Stalker tries to make an attack back in, but he just has to back himself. Oh man. Oh man. They're going back for round 3. Storm Spirit. He's gonna get Razor. He's gonna get Razor. No, he isn't. Rampage for Razor. Oh my God, Lambert, you psychopath.
Satanic. What can I tell you?
Holy hell! Oh my God, Hero! Just frowny face. Holy mother of God! What a nightmare for the Backdoor Boys. That has got to be a morale buster. Lambert took it all the way to the fountain. Lambert knocked on their front door. Nowhere is safe anymore. Ag Shard dropped here. They did get it. Radiant did get the Ag Shard.
I need to put it on Ogre.
It's not Ogre.
I need to get that Ogre. I put it on Ogre.
Okay. Yep, they put it on Ogre. Okay.
Get that
Holy hell, what a team fight. And now round 2. They're not giving him any time to wait. They want to fight with Night Stalker and Jakiro both down. Ghost coming out. No glyph, no nothing. They got nothing to defend this. They're just gonna lose this. Troll Warlord coming in, immediately gets his Aegis, not his Aegis, immediately gets Lincoln's popped. They're just putting every effort into trying to keep him alive, and unfortunately for them, that means they're putting no efforts into keeping these racks alive. Storm Spirit comes out, BKB up, just completely eats Shaman, but that's the wrong target, Storm, man. He's already done what he needs to do. Lot of lads going crazy in the back line there. Holy shit, they got Troll again!
They did.
Oh no, dude. Oh man, that sucks. That sucks so much. Night Stalker.
They're just playing around Storm so well.
Yeah.
They don't care about him.
Uh-oh. Razor, step too far here. He goes down to the fountain, but he didn't die to anybody specifically.
Yeah, just a fountain kill. Fountain MVP, Storm. Nope.
They try to silence him there, but swing a miss. Still, even with Razor down, without actually getting a direct kill on him, it's hard to say that means too much. The tanking
that was a lot of
Shard. It's a lot of gold going around, but not quite as much as it could have been.
Right.
And plus, they also, lost an entire other set of racks to do it.
Yeah, they did.
Well, Storm Spirit won Sand King. Sand King making as much time as possible to do it. Oh, that Burrow Strike. He's got friends coming. He's blinking.
Ooh. Oh boy, is that a man.
And he's out. He's done.
Yep. Very good.
Good reaction from Sand King there. A lot of lads really showing some strength on this hero. On Brewmaster, I think he showed a little bit of weakness, but he's showing as far from that as possible this time. He definitely learned from his mistakes. He learned from what happened the last game, and he's using. He has such a good eye on what they're trying to do to him, and he's just doing everything he can to just do the #1 most important thing for himself: stay in these fights.
Right.
Looks like they might be pushing mid to push top here, just trying to get creeps in the fountain area. Oh, well, say goodbye to the Radiant supports, because I do not see them getting out of this. Oh, another good force staff,
not
but
in that much danger, but Alright, seems
Storm
nobody's
Spirit
in that much
expressing
danger.
interest, but nothing comes of it. That force staff on Jakiro has been doing so much good for him. There have been so many little encounters where oh,
Oh boy, up it.
looks like Death Prophet's going a little crazy here. She is deep and deep and deep in the heart of the enemy territory. Completely wasted ult by Sand King, though. They're backing off. They don't want to fight this right now. Not without all these ults left. Princess still wants to eat, though. Princess is still hungry. The only thing that can cure her hunger is towers. They might not be getting it here, but they certainly did half the HP. Burrow strike in again. Everybody pops BKB. 9 BKBs pop at once. Treon ult goes down. Everybody's rude. They're just having to sit there. Razor's coming. Razor's coming, and he's pissed. He's right on the back line. He came in through the opposite door. Night Stalker just going down. Troll Warlord once again going down. Another Ultra. Oh, Troll Warlord buying back, but at this point, too little, too late. Mega's about to go down for Radiant.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's but Treon just gets completely bowled over there.
Right, but
gets
Storm's
tipped
out of
for
mana.
Storm is out of mana, and he's a little silent. And he's rooted.
Here.
You got Gleipnir, but old Sand King immediately dies for his sins. Razor just will not let it go. He is so desperate to get Storm down, and he does. Storm's got buyback though, and he's immediately back up.
There we go.
They are so desperate. They are so desperate, the Backdoor Boys, to make absolute sure. They're trying desperately to stay on here. They think they can still turn this one around for them. The Satanic out on Razor. He has to get out of that. Jakiro ult, though, he doesn't quite in time. Troll Warlord gets the kill. Snake's going down, but nobody's just staying for it. But they don't get Marcy.
Big item.
They don't get Princess. I'm going to call Princess Marcy every time because of that unfortunately placed clan tag, I think. Gets tipped for it, too. Uh-oh. This is a bad spot for Radiant. They did get a lot of good kills in that fight, most notably Troll Warlord getting Razor. It's a major shot in the arm for his war chest there. But unfortunately for them, they're pushing against Megas.
Dota Plus thinks this is possible. It says it's 3% win probability.
Alright, and if this game was played 100 times and 3 of them, they'd win. Uh-oh. Death Prophet just got Refresher Orb. They are just looking at that Roche. Lambert just does not want anything to do with Roche. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay.
Just 2 ships passing the night.
Yep.
Sinking.
They can't take it. This creep wave is just getting pushed back so hard, so fast, they actually can't take this tower anymore.
Yep. And Razor is up in a concerning amount of time.
Can just really only one lane can be pushed out at a time for them, just whatever lane Stormspirit's looking at, and he has to just demolish his entire pool of mana to do it. Got a sheep stick. That could be something there. It's going to. I think it is possible. I think it is possible that we see a turnaround for the Backdoor Boys here, but it's going to have to be quite legendary. They're going up against a 13k gold advantage. If we look at the charts here, XP advantage pretty much still in the same spot.
Against the Razor, has just been destroying.
They've got a large mountain to climb, and especially with Troll Warlord having been dogged by having to get both Lincolns and the Black King bar. You know, really, really not particularly. And they just got free access to Roche.
They do.
The Radiant can't even come contest this, because if they do, they're just gonna get the T4 knockdown.
So
that
pretty free.
Certainly isn't a good sign. Trickster's Cloak here on Death Prophet, just to make her a little harder to kill for everybody.
Not sure he's gonna take it yet. Nobody has an item out of their inventory.
Razor put up the Falcon Blade.
There we go.
You know, the worst part here is that Razor's not even done. He's still got items to build, and there's an Ags for him. Free Ags.
Right. Yeah, that's the building damage.
Yep. Free Ags for Razor is just going to make this even worse.
They're not gonna go up and get it.
That's most of Scotty on it.
there. Yep. Well, it's actually not that safe to take that courier back to base yet.
It's not even actually the full Scotty as well. He actually wasn't able to complete it. Razor immediately looking in. Oh, we got a lot of ults coming down all over the place. Dire, the Radiant Straits making a major assault here. Once again, Storm Spirit chasing off Shadow Shaman. I just can't imagine that's the play when Razor is just running rush shot over your lineup and Death Prophet and the Snakes are eating your towers. Troll is so screwed. He just died in his second flat. And I think that's it.
Oh, good Vortex.
I believe that's the Vol game. There's a good Vortex there, but look at that Ancient Melt. Doesn't really matter what they do. Wow. Wow. That was huge. That was such a big battle for them. That was everything I wanted this matchup to be.
Oh, yeah.
Holy crap, Katie showed up. Oh. The Radiant Straits here. Really good strategy. Really good, just put them into a lot of unfortunate situations. Just put them into a lot of compromising scenarios that the Backdoor Boys just didn't want to be in.
And they just annihilated the Troll with one pick, basically.
Yep, Troll Warlord had nothing to say here. The poor guy could not do anything. I mean, he actually did. For as countered as he got, he did do a respectable amount of damage, but look at that building damage in contrast. And, you know, he's not even out damaging Jakiro, and if I'm being unfair. The Storm Spirit, old Doodlebob, Mihoi Manoi, he did play well. Storm Spirit did play well in this game, but it just wasn't quite enough to overcome just all they could do to him. And even then, I think Radiant Straits, the number one thing they turned around on from the last game is they said, okay, Manoi, he's going to be all about your stuns. He's going to be all over every fight. We need to get BKBs up ASAP this time.
Right.
You know, last game, you know, Princess got a BKB pretty late. Lambert didn't get one at all. But this game, they both got him really quick. It was one of Lambert's first items. I believe it was Princess's first big item of any capacity. And once they got those BKBs up, they were holding it right for Manoi, and it just got to the point where even though he was really riding rush shot on him for a while, he just stopped being able to do anything to him.
Yeah, they just played played around him, basically. Just kill his entire team, and what's he gonna do to you?
I will say in particular, I don't think the Ogre Magi pick ended up giving them much benefit as a result there. He just wasn't able to burst down Tree, and that was the only guy he could really realistically do anything about. And while that right-click steroid would have been great on paper, unfortunately for him, they just didn't have a right-click ability, you know?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if Troll Warlord's firing on all cylinders, hitting like a machine gun if he's doing no damage at all in any of his hits, and even worse for him if he's just having to run away every fight from just that combination of Razor and Death Prophet. Very, very nasty game. You also had Shaman and Treon Protector there. Treon playing that important role of just keeping the towers as topped off as possible, as consistently as possible, and Shadow Shaman just constantly just pressuring with those Shadow Wards, really not doing much else. So there was the fight where he bought back and just held Storm down for the kill. That was big.
One of those two Storm deaths, yeah.
Yep, and that's 2 deaths. If you are not only a direct role, but the reason that death happened, you know, that's a feather in your cap, right? He's half of the kills on Storm Spirit this game effectively. But yeah, I think the Ogre Magi pick backfired. I think the Night Stalker pick backfired. That Razor pick just changed the world so much. It really did not put them in a good position. And the Storm Spirit pick was a good counter to it. I think Storm Spirit did for a while. Just he was able to run rush shot, but maybe it would have been better ultimately to go with, like, even though they are still right clickers, maybe it would have been better ultimately to try and go for maybe like a Void Spirit instead, just to have some sort of right click power in these fights, and at least because, you know, yeah, he can drain your damage, don't get me wrong, but then instead of having 2 targets to drain damage from, he has 3. And that's a lot of capacity for him to try and be choosing from. So, you know, maybe more of a right click there would have gone well for them. But yeah, That's the game, and what a hell of a series of games. What do you think? Any
Yeah,
closing comments?
games. Nothing in particular, just a sick Razor pick, sick Sand King play.
Yeah, Sand King was playing real well. He went from playing like the 3 out of 10 Brewmaster game to playing like the 8 out of 10 Sand King here, maybe 9.
Yep.
So really well. I think Jakiro really did try. Jakiro tried hard. I think Jakiro did do a good job in keeping his team alive. Without Jakiro around, this could have been easily just been a nightmare. He was good with the ice paths. He was good with that force staffs. And even though he didn't ultimately win, he did have a major hand in keeping them alive as long as they did, keeping the chance to win around as long as it was there. But I do feel like, as I said at one point in it, there was going to be a point, though I do feel like having to buy 2 defensive items on Troll did really set that Doomsday clock quite high. There was going to be a point where Backdoor was just going to start winning every team fight, but even if that was the case, he would still be just really struggling with those objectives. I don't know, Shadow Shaman built Neon Disc because Storm was just jumping on him every fight. That probably didn't help things. Storm just had to sit there and wait for him. That was one other thing, I guess I will say. I think Storm Spirit target priority in some of the later fights started getting a little poor. He started focusing way too much on Shadow Shaman in particular. He would just jump on him even though the wards were like already down and all that. So
I mean, to be fair, what was he gonna do against like a BKB Razor?
right, but there's another guy who didn't have BKB here who would have been a very good target to jump on. Treant Protector was doing them a lot of good, and even if he wasn't necessarily able to, why wouldn't he be able to get the kill? He probably would be able to get the kill on him, which would prevent that big ult. Which really there was only one, I think, huge Treant ult in this game. It was at the top T3. He wouldn't have been able to get that ult off. He wouldn't have been able to keep those towers peaked up. He wouldn't have been able to keep to help keep Razor in the fight in particular, and he wouldn't have that slow out. So I think the target priority on Minoy could have definitely been a little bit better as well. But still, it's one hell of a game, and you can't poop on the guy too much because look what he did last time, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's 1-1 here. Backdoor Boys 1, Radiant Straits 1, and with that, I think that's about all we have to say about this. So. As usual. Do what?
I said indeed.
As usual, if you or somebody you know wants to learn Dota on the casual or the competitive level, go to ld2l.gg to sign up. While you are not going to be able to get into a tournament that is well underway, unfortunately, you can sign up as a stand-in. Stand-ins are always welcome. And you could coach, you could sit in the Discord server and post memes and all that. Or you could sign up for the next season. All kinds of stuff there. We could even maybe queue with some of these people. Show them what you got, right? Just casually, probably not here. Go to ld2l.gg if you want to take part in this in the next season or as a stand-in. And as always, I'm Anani. This is Randy. Say goodbye, Randy.
Goodbye.
Now, before we tune out here on stream, why don't you give us all at home a nugget of sage wisdom?
Sage wisdom, huh?
Yeah.
You should probably think about banning Razor against that team. He's very scary.
Yeah, Razor was very scary. You should probably, if you're on the Backdoor Boys, go back in time and ban Razor.
He got a rampage and an ultra kill.
Yeah, that was huge.
In there, I think.
Any sage advice that doesn't have necessarily to do with Dota itself?
No, sorry. I literally know only about Dota. It's the only thing I know about.
I don't believe that, but okay. All right, you want to hear a little bit of sage wisdom from me?
Yeah.
Never try to navally invade a defensive line that's on a harsh, rocky coastline. It doesn't go well for you. Supports word at MVP, says BGG.
Wow.
The supports on Radiant did good. I think the supports were the MVP on Backdoor this game. At least Jakiro was. I think Ogre Magi didn't do too great. Supports were Jakiro's an MVP on his team, I think. And Treant certainly, well, not necessarily the MVP, played a very important role very well. So, yeah. Maybe, maybe I could last second talk about items and complain about those because you know that's me. I'm the I complain about your items guy. Just
Yeah,
taking a
yeah.
quick look here though, I really don't think yeah. Oh, they got a second force staff of one the ogre, so he was doing some of those force staffs as well. So there was some more credit to him than I gave him there. Sorry, ogre, I kind of buried you. Some of those Jakiro force staffs were actually ogre magi or force staffs, but no, I actually don't have anything to complain about. I think everybody kind of built this game more or less correctly. I do think Sand King
Wow.
could have used something a little bit more, just a little better for him than this Yules. You know, it's not particularly orthodox on Sand King, but if he got that Yule just because Storm Spirit was pulling him, and Orchid would have probably done better. They actually did not have an Orchid on this lineup.
No,
Orchid could have
but
done
they
a
did
little
have
bit
a
better.
silence, so.
A second, a second Halberd probably could have done a little bit better. They did have silence, but you know, you always want more silence, and sometimes Death Prophet's just not going to be there, right? I think the Yules is a little unnecessary. I do like the Kaya and Sanj combo for him, but I think the Yules is a little unnecessary. Could have gone for a few interesting things there as well. But yeah, besides that, I think everybody pretty much ran this right. The Shaman had no jungle item though, but you know. So
It
yeah,
happens.
once again, you know, sorry to restart the ending spiel, but if you or somebody you know wants to learn to play Dota 2 on a casual or slightly more competitive level, go to ld2l.gg to sign up. Though do keep in mind you do need to be calibrated in ranked matchmaking. I'm Anani. This is Randy. Say goodbye, Randy.
Goodbye again.
Don't make naval invasions at random rural parts of Greece, and we'll see you next time.